How do you build on this movement, and do you need to take it to an avowedly economic place? Like, should the next step here be general strike, be boycotts?
I mean, I would love a general strike, but general strike requires a lot of organization. We need strike funds, we need more unionization, all that, so that we can build a better network.
Do we have time to build a better network?
Man, that's the billion-dollar question, isn't it?
You want to see what real independent journalism funded by the people for the people looks like?
You ever heard a story like this in America?
You're looking at it.
Congratulations for always being somewhere where mainstream media is not.
Flint, Michigan.
See you in Nevada.
Thanks to people like you, we can get the truth. Corporate media, they've been lying to us for years, and you're going straight to the people.
You are the man. I'm glad you're here.
For as low as 16 cents a day, you'll keep us on the ground, covering the important stories the corporate media covers up.
JT Siskowski for Status Coup News here at the No Kings protest in Omaha, Nebraska. I am standing here with Colin. Colin, one of the lead organizers, the local chapter of 5051. First question. How are you feeling? I mean, thousands of people out here today. I had heard one estimate of between 5 and 7. I think it might be larger than that now. What are you feeling in this moment?
This is a great turnout for us. We've got a lot of good media coverage coming into this. We've got a lot of the word out to a lot of people, a lot of local businesses and put up signs. This makes this one of our biggest events yet, and I'm happy to see it.
And every indication is that this is being replicated across the country right now, this impressive turnout. What's the message that's being sent to elected leaders right now?
Yeah, it's quite simply that we're not going to take it. I mean, the No Kings message is about resisting fascism. It's about telling people that we're not happy with what's going on. We're not happy with ICE agents in our cities. We're not happy with funding billionaires and taking away social services. None of it, frankly. There's so many things to be mad about, and you can see from the signs around here, everybody's got their own issues, and nobody's pleased.
Right now, we've seen such an intense focus by the Trump administration on places like Chicago, LA, Portland. Why is it important for Omaha to stand up in this moment when it seems like it's those communities that are really being victimized right now? You could shrug your shoulders and say that's their problem.
Omaha's had its share of problems. I mean, we're having a detention center open up here this week, I think. Very soon, way too soon. Any time would be too soon. We've had 75 to 100-ish of our friends and neighbors already detained by ICE and taken to who knows where and treated badly from everything we've heard. This fight is very personal for us. I think Omaha itself, it's a red state, but this is a purple city. That makes it a key battleground, and that's also why there's been so much attention here from ICE and other organizations.
Let's talk about that battleground. What are the messages that are resonating with this crowd to get people so fired up to be out here? I think we're seeing a lot nationally. People are looking for leadership from the Democratic Party in this moment and not necessarily finding what they want in current leadership of the party. So what do you personally believe needs to be represented by the opposition party right now? How do they need to be leading in this moment? And what do you think this crowd wants?
Yeah, that's a great question. 5051 has always tried to be as broad of a spectrum of the left as we can. And I mean that to say from the far left over to Democrats. I'm personally lean more on the far left side of things. I'm fairly disappointed with how Democrats have handled things lately, but you can see there's a lot of presence from the Blue Dot here too, which is a fairly democratic organization. We like having all of that here. I mean, you've seen speakers who are speaking on more sensitive issues, whether that's the ongoing genocide in Gaza is a big divisive one, but then some are ubiquitously everybody supports, like not having ICE in our cities, not having the National Guard called on us like it was at the last No Kings protest, things like that.
When you're looking at, you reference this being a purple city. This is a purple district. The Nebraska's second. Don Bacon looking at replacing him. What are voters here going to respond to? I just got to tell you, anecdotally, I have been shocked by how many people just out in this crowd, unprompted by me, are bringing up issues of class consciousness and things that you would associate more with like the far left. And if you're talking about voters in Nebraska, I think the popular conception for our audience might be, oh, it's got to be more moderate people to Republican-leaning people out here. But that's not what I'm hearing. So, I mean, are we talking like big, bold, progressive? Is that how you win in a place like Omaha?
I think it's how you win everywhere, frankly. I mean, people aren't happy with back to status quo. I think what this regime has shown us is what is wrong, all the holes in the current system, all the ways in which we're not represented well. I mean, the system has been functionally broken by the current regime and it needs to be rebuilt. And I don't see the Democrats leading that necessarily. They can be a part of it, but I think they need more progressive candidates. We need more people like Mamdani, for example, people who, even more like Bernie, people on the farther ends of leftism, rather than constantly trying to find this centrist middle ground for everybody.
If that's what you're looking for, right, that kind of vision, let's get specific. What are some of the very specific policies you would like to see Democrats advance to try and capture some of that energy that you're talking about?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, a lot of things. I think the wealth redistribution is a big thing. We need to roll back the changes from the big, beautiful bill and start taxing billionaires is going to be a big piece of that. I think we need to end funding for ICE as it's existed today and functionally stop most of its operations. There's room for police reform. There's room for gun control laws, all sorts of things.
Yeah,
Trans rights. I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah, but you're hitting on a lot of those, like going big, going bold again. And that's the theme, especially when you start talking about like taxing billionaires. That's what I've been so struck by. I've heard again and again out here from folks, people holding signs saying it, people just unprompted bringing it up to me as like when I ask what are the problems in your life right now, and they're talking about we're not taxing billionaires enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so shocking, that level of consciousness. I mean, is this being what are people out here in Omaha? What are they dealing with on their day-to-day lives on an economic level that is raising that level of class consciousness right now?
Yeah, I mean, here, just like everywhere, we're seeing the cost of living increase. I mean, rents are skyrocketing, insurance costs are skyrocketing, grocery costs are skyrocketing. People are struggling, and at the same time, SNAP benefits, medical benefits are being cut. And we see those benefits being functionally passed along in the form of subsidies to the ultra wealthy. I think at some level, this is becoming a problematic issue for everybody on all political spectrums. I mean, I've seen people online, even in right-leaning communities, upset with how wealth is going and being critical of billionaires. And we need more of that. Like, this is a class war, is what it is.
So if this is class war, how do we grow this, right? I think it'd be very easy for the Trump administration, as impressive as the turnouts are, to just ignore this and let it be in the rearview mirror tomorrow with how the news progresses. How do you build on this movement, and do you need to take it to an avowedly economic place? Like, should the next step here be general strike, be boycotts?
I mean, I would love a general strike, but general strike requires a lot of organization. We need strike funds, we need more unionization, all that. I also have organized a bit with DSA, they're here also. I think the way you sustain this momentum, in short, is you take the people here who are upset with how things are going, possibly a bit ostracized from the Democratic Party, and you connect them with some of the other orgs in town that are a little farther left and a little farther left, so that we can build a better network.
Do we have time to build a better network?
Man, that's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? Building a leftist movement takes time, and we don't have it. It's a paradox that all of us are dealing with right now, and I wish I had a great answer for you, but the reality is we're going to have some time, and we're going to try and build it as fast as we can.
Well, good luck in doing all of that. I end every interview with the same question, which is there any question I haven't asked you that I should have? Anything I haven't given you the opportunity to say that you would like to while you had this platform, or any parting message that you would just like to leave with our audience?
No, that's a great question, but I think you covered a lot of the things that are important to me, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Colin. Yep. I appreciate the time.